A world divided, day's embrace, night's terror. The sun dipped below the horizon. The sky bled from orange to purple. It was a beautiful sight, but it didn't fool anyone. Not anymore. Not since the catastrophe. Once, the setting sun meant rest, peace. Now it meant danger. It meant the monsters were coming. During the day, the earth almost looked normal. Sure, cities lay in ruins. The sky was often choked with smoke, but people tried to rebuild. Children played amongst the rubble. Hope flickered, fragile but alive. But when the sun set, hope died. The shadows stretched and twisted, becoming hiding places for creatures of nightmare. They crawled out from the cracks in the earth, hungry for fear, craving destruction. The world held its breath, waiting for the dawn. The survivors knew this routine all too well. Day was for rebuilding. Night was for surviving. And standing between them and the darkness was a special group. They were known as the Super Team. They were Earth's last hope. Guardians of Light, Sentinels of Shadow, the Super Team. The Super Team, a beacon of hope in a world drowning in darkness. Each member, a testament to human resilience and extraordinary abilities. There was Solera, who commanded the power of the sun, her touch a searing inferno against the creatures of the night. Next to her stood Terra, able to control the very earth itself, creating tremors that could topple even the mightiest foes. And then there was Zephyr, the master of the winds, his speed unmatched, his agility a blur to the naked eye. They were a force to be reckoned with, each member possessing unique skills, each playing a critical role in defending humanity. They were the shield against the storm, the light against the encroaching darkness. But even they couldn't protect everyone, not all the time. And that's where Mantix came in. He was different. He wasn't a guardian of the light. He was a creature of the night. A protector sworn to stand guard when the others couldn't. His was a lonely vigil, a constant battle against the shadows, a responsibility heavier than any mountain. He was the night's vigil. The night's lone vigil, Mantix's burden. Mantix stood on the edge of the ruined city. His trench coat billowed in the wind. Below, the last signs of human life were flickering out. Soon, the streets would belong to the monsters.
I don't envy the other members of the Super Team. They get to bask in the adulation of the survivors. They are symbols of hope. Me? I'm a whisper, a rumor, a boogeyman to scare children into behaving. But someone has to do it. Someone has to face the darkness head on. Someone has to be the line in the sand. And me? I'm always drawn to the shadows. Maybe it's my curse. Maybe it's my calling.
He closed his eyes, letting his senses expand. He could hear the skitter of chitinous legs in the alleys. He could smell the sulfurous breath of something monstrous lurking in the sewers. The night was alive with danger.
Good, I'm alive too. Section 4. Transformation and Terror from Man to Mantix.
A guttural growl echoed from the darkness. A hulking figure, all teeth and claws, emerged from the shadows of a toppled building. Its eyes, glowing embers in the night, locked onto Mantix, a predator spotting its prey. It was time.
Mantix took a deep breath. Energy surged through him. He could feel his bones cracking, his skin hardening. Pain, sharp and immediate, shot through him. He embraced it. It was the price of power. It was the burden he carried.
The transformation was complete. Gone was the man. In his place stood Mantix. His skin was now shimmering chitin, an emerald exoskeleton that protected him from harm. Two wicked blades extended from his forearms, razor sharp and hungry for battle. His eyes, now multifaceted and glowing with an eerie green light, saw everything, missing nothing. He was ready.
The creature charged, a blur of teeth and fury. Mantix was faster. He danced to the side, his blades a silver blur in the moonlight. The first strike caught the creature across its chest, drawing a screech of pain. The hunt was on. Section 5. A Moment of Tranquility. Leeloox's distant gaze.
The battle raged around him, a whirlwind of claws and blades, but for a moment, Mantix was lost in a memory. Leeloox. Her name was a whisper in the back of his mind, a gentle breeze in the eye of the hurricane. He saw her face framed by fiery red hair, her eyes sparkling with laughter. They were in a sun-drenched meadow, a stark contrast to the desolate cityscape that surrounded him now. She was holding a single, delicate flower, its petals a kaleidoscope of colors.
"It's beautiful," she had said, her voice a melody that soothed his soul. "Even in the darkness, there's still beauty to be found."
The memory flickered, fading as quickly as it had come, ripped away by the monster's enraged roar. Leeloox. Was she still out there, somewhere in this shattered world? The thought spurred him on, fueled his determination. He had to survive. For her, for them.
Section 6. Claws Against Chaos, a battle for survival.
The creature lunged again, its claws raking the air where Mantix had been a second before. He was a phantom, moving with a speed and agility that belied his size. He ducked under a swipe, his blades flashing out to carve deep gouges in the creature's side. But the monster was relentless, driven by a primal hunger that wouldn't be denied. It slammed into Mantix, sending him crashing into a pile of rubble. The air was forced from his lungs, the impact rattling his bones. He rolled away, narrowly avoiding a crushing blow from the creature's claws.
He was tiring. He could feel it. The transformation took its toll, draining his strength with every passing moment. He needed to end this, and fast.
He waited for his moment, his eyes scanning the battlefield, looking for an advantage, an opening. And then he saw it. A twisted piece of rebar jutting out from the concrete.